106.7 WIZN. It's the Rolling Stones. Miss you. Heard Tom Petty before that. I'm Joe Vega taking you through your Wednesday rocket ride home. And I'm joined now by Paul Harding from Martin Harding and Mazzotti. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing well. So last week, the state of New York passed marijuana legalization legislation. And, for our New York listeners, I just thought I'd bring you on the program and just explain to us exactly what this law means.
Well, New York is catching up to Vermont here.
Right.
They've got a very fairly identical law, but, again, one of the big states that they think probably once a New York goes, the rest of the country starts to go pretty quickly here. So, but generally what we've got is, got to be over the age of 21, and you too. At this point, the law is pretty simple. You can grow up to 3 plants in your home. If you have a past criminal conviction of marijuana, it gets expunged, it gets taken off your record, and then within about 14 to 16 months, you're actually going to have shops open where people can go and get their legal fill of marijuana.
So this law actually includes commercialization, because I know Vermont is toying with that idea, but they haven't passed those laws yet. But New York is headed down that road, right?
Yeah, in the next 24 months, in 12 to 24 months, New York's going to, have what they have in Massachusetts, other places. It's going to stop in the shop and get what you need. And I think Vermont is going to do that too. And I think, Vermont was the kind of a little bit ahead of New York. Now New York's kind of just jumped ahead a little bit. And I think they're going to be contiguous. I mean, the states are so close and we go back and forth between the states. And I suspect you're going to have very similar legislation. And that's what the Vermont legislature is looking at, a very similar bill that was passed here in New York.
Gotcha. So is this bill in effect immediately? Can you start growing weed today if you live in New York?
You can start growing it in New York right now. Yeah, the governor, as soon as he signed it, again, up to 3 plants. Once they start selling it commercially, you can grow up to 6 plants. But right now it's 3, and you can possess a small amount. So I think it was up to 3 ounces of marijuana, and it's no longer a criminal penalty. But the truth is, the police aren't walking around and with a balancing beam. So, they're just going to look to see if you've got something recreational, you're going to be able to keep it on you, and that seems to be the momentum.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on, Paul.
Talk soon.
Remember, you can call Paul or any of the fine lawyers at Martin Harding and Mazzotti at any time at 1-800-LAW-1010 or go online to 1-800-LAW-1010.com. Mel Allen's taking over from here. He's got music from Dire Straits and Soundgarden next.